So Professor Liu is going to teach you void function introduction. So void function does not return a value. That's why it's called void. Function header begin with a keyword called void. And of course, it doesn't return, so the body doesn't contain return that keyword. And what you do, you call a function by just call the name, including its name and the argument, if there's any. If sometimes we don't have argument. Call a void function usually as a self-contained statement or part of another statement. Let's take a look here. This is example for void function. So start with void and name. So most likely when you display like a void display line, there's no argument right here, okay? And display information. All right, so let's take a look right here. But we are going to use uh, uh, so we are going to so the why we need to do that, because use void in function to read input value is very helpful. The reason is that void function can pass information by reference to a function. So a value return function, you can only return one. You can only return one. So a value return function can only return one, but void function do not return value. However, void function can pass more than one value by reference to a function. So it is become very useful now. When a program needs a function to pass more than one value back, you cannot use a function return value because it only return one. And you really don't want to write many functions, just return one function, one value at a time. So you don't want to use the regular way, it's called passing by value. You want it passed by reference. You want to pass by reference. So pass by reference, use ampersand. Use ampersand. So it's useful, very useful when you use it when you wanted to get input value. So you want to get input value here, okay, and you put ampersand here. So now I want to show you, and we do an example here. So this age and this year, okay. So in the computer, this age and this year, okay. So this age and this year has the same address. That's a same address. Let me just give address C1245. Same address. That's how you do it. Okay? So if you pass by reference, the first one, age, got address. The first, you see, because integer age has address. But I'm going to get age right here. Then I have ampersand for years. So years doesn't have address. Year is going to use the age's address. Okay, now then what's the advantage for that? Advantage for here is we are get years. How old are you? Seeing if we get answer is 10. So seeing is 10 here. So this is the variable for year. But since the variable of year and age share one address, so actually when the year get 10, age also get 10. Age also get 10. So this is called passing by reference. The way we do it is called passing by reference. And it is useful when you do it is your input value has, if you have more than one. So let's take a look. How do we do this example? It's okay. Let's see how do we do this example. So this is your classwork number 1. We're going to create a C++ program. Prompt the user to enter a length and a width of a rectangle. The program will calculate 2 functions. The first one will calculate the area. The second one will calculate the perimeter. All right, so let's do it right now together. So I'm going to call my Visual Studio. All right, so gentlemen, ladies, are you ready right now? I'm going to mute you, sorry. So we don't have noise. All right, so I am going to create a new project, okay? And it's empty project. So this one is chapter 10, okay? Classwork _1, boys and girls, okay? All right, so I'm here right now, and I am going to do this, okay? Here right now, so I am going to say right here, right click it, add a new item, okay? And let's just match the solution's name is chapter 10 classwork _1. Is okay? All right, so let me add it. All right, so let me have my golden 7 line. Let me put this to 200% right now. It's okay. All right, so boys and girls, I always want to start with I don't have function. I always start with I don't have function. So I am going to have a double length, width, and area and perimeter. I'm going to have that first. All right, so I have to prompt the user to give me an length, right? So I see enter a length of a rectangle. All right. Then user will see in and that's length. And I'll do the same thing for my width. And see in is width. All right. So far, okay. So I have a length, width, area, and perimeter. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is this right now. I am going to calculate the area. Okay. So the area, okay. So the area, so anybody can tell me how do I calculate the area? So area equal, anybody? How do I calculate the area? Anyone? That's right. Length times width. By the way, Dylan, thank you, and James, Thank you for you to always answer question and make a teacher feel like you are part. You know, thank you. Old lady, thank you. Okay, perimeter. All right, how do you do perimeter? Okay, is the 2 times length plus width. Is that correct? All right, good. So Lydia gave me, thank you, 2 times length plus 2 times width. Gregory gave me that, so I put 2 times length plus width. That's correct. Is that right? All right. So I'm going to see out the area of the rectangle is, okay, I'm going to put area, and the perimeter of the area is, and I'm going to put perimeter. All right, so far okay. So I'll give you a few 1 minute to catch up, because I know I'm a fast typer. You know, students usually complain. All right, so I have a program. And I'm prompt the user to give me the length and width. And once I have a length and width, I'm going to calculate my area and calculate my perimeter. So I display. Now this will be, you did it from chapter 1 to chapter 7, is all do this. But starting from chapter 9 and 10, we don't want to do this anymore. And we also want to include the loop too. We don't want to do this anymore. The reason is this. your main function should be a dispatch center. Should only call function third party. You don't have any action code here. You should not. So let me show you how do I do it. So first, I want get input. I want to get input. All right. So when I get input, I need to get 2 input. I need to get length and width. So tell me now. I want to get input. How many input do I need it right now? To get an 2. Good. Caesar, Dylan, good. So when I want to get input, I get a function. The function need to return 2 value. So it's not wise to get a function called get length, another function called get width. Instead of, we use a void function. So I'm going to show you right now. I'll show you here, right here. Here you're going to have a void function and call get input. And here you're going to have a double, and you're going to put the ampersand, LEN, stand for your length. Okay, so this is your alias of your length, the brother of your length. They have the same address. Okay, then you're going to get second one, double, then put ampersand width. Okay, so you're going to do like this way. So that's first you're going to do. And this line is called, anybody who can tell me this line is called function prototype. So I copy this function prototype and Control C, and I put after my main, Control V. This is my function head. Now I am going to do this right now. I'm going to cut this 4 line, Control X, and put right here. Enter. But this one is going to call LEN. This one is going to call WID. All right. So, but I know LEN and length are one person. That's body. Twin. LEN is a twin of length. WID is a twin of width. You understand? So I'm going to say get input. All right. Get input. You see, I don't return to a variable because it's a function. It's a void function. I'm going to call my twin to help me. LENGTH. All right. and width. So len, length is going to call len is the twin of length. So the twin got the value will pass to length. width will call wid. That's a twin of width. Your textbook called alias. Alright, so do you have a question for this part right now? I need you to let me know. Do you have a question for it? And this is what you need to do. From now on, if you need to get input. Whenever you need to get, even though it's a one input, I still want you to do this. Because I want you to do it from third party. This is how I want you to do get input from now on. Do you understand? Anybody who has question? Who has a question for me? No? Then I am going to do this right now. It's a little bit more complicated here. I am going to do this. Okay? I'm going to do void. Alright? And area and perimeter. Perimeter. Okay? So, when I calculate area and perimeter, okay? So I am going to do these two lines. I'm actually need to do line 10 and line 11. I need to do line 10 and line 11. At line 10 and line 11, all right, if I copy these two lines here, I copy these two lines here, all right? So if I copy these two lines here, I need you to let me know that for these two lines here, in order to get area and perimeter, what are the input? What are the output? That these two equations, just take a look at this equation. What are the necessary input okay, length, L-E-N-G, length and width. Is that right? Length and width. So what will be the output? What will be calculated? What will be calculated? What will be the output from these two lines? What we are doing, we got length and we got width. What we're going to get? We don't get lunch and dinner. What we get? When I get a length and width, I'm going to calculate what? Can you let me know? Area and perimeter. Great job, thank you. So look, this is I'm going to ask you to do. This is complicated, but this. So input value and this pass by value, I'm going to len, okay? Input, and I'm going to let the area, and I'm going to, area, and double ampersand perimeter. So I'm going to do like this way. I'm going to do this way. All right. So let me show you now. I copy this line here. Control C and Control V here. I copy this line here. All right. So I copy the code was here. I put right here, right now. All right. So by the way, I'm just going to call this A and P. Now that's fine. Okay. So this will be length. This is width. And I call PERI, right? And I want to call this AREA1, okay? Because I don't want to use the same name. All right. All right. So when I get area 1 here, then I am coming back here. And I'm going to call this right now. Okay. I'm going to call this calculate. And I'm going to get length, width, area, perimeter. Alright, so when I use this function, I pass the length and width. I really don't need the length width, the value returned back to main. I only need the area returned back. If I need the area returned back, I need to put %. I need to put %. Alright, so I'm going to, last one will be display. Now I want to display right now. And I want to display area and perimeter. Okay, I want to display that. Alright, so I copy this line here, Control C, and I put right here, Control V, and I'm going to display here, Control X, and I put right here. Alright, so this I'm going to call area 1. This is going to TERI. Alright, so I'm going to display this. Okay, this will be display. Now, and I'm just going to type display. I will display area and perimeter. Okay, let me run this program with you right now. Let me run this program. So now this program, everything is in a function. And this will be much easier for you to create loop. I'll show you right away. Okay, so let's build it. And let's start without debugging. Alright, so I'm going to put 10.5. I'm going to put 6.2. The area is 65.1. The perimeter is 33.4. Alright, so now let's review this part. Let's review this part. So when I want to get input, from now on, whenever I need you to get input, you need to put %, because you need to have third party to get it back for you. So inside here, from line 6 to line 16, okay, so pay attention to the name. You have to use exactly the same name. You need to use the same name you are used. So from here to here, you only recognize length, width, area, perimeter. So don't use LEN, nothing. Length, width, area, perimeter, area, perimeter. So because in this scope, your variable are these. You can only use these 4 variables. Got it? Now, once you are in here, then you're going to use the variable give to you, the variable here. But LEN is the twins of LENTH. How do you know that? Because that's %. That's %. So whatever value I get it, length also get it. So whenever I get it, I pass back to my main. I don't need to return. I pass back right now. Whenever I get it, I pass back. You understand? Now, the second one is a little bit more complicated. I have a length, width. The second one is a little bit more complicated. Okay? Let's see the second one. Okay? So, now, the second one, I pass length and is LEM. I-path width is WID. The area and area 1, the area and area 1, look, because area 1 has a ampersand. So this is two-way traffic. This is one-way traffic. Length and width is one-way traffic. But area 1, perimeter, these are two-way traffic. Two-way traffic. That means right here, you give me anything, you give me 5, you give me 10, you give me 10. So I do 5 times 10 is 50. But this 50 will pass back to here, to your main. Alright, so here 5 plus 10 is 15 times 2. Perimeter is 30. It will pass back. I really don't need to pass my length and width back because I already have it. Why do I need to pass back? So since I don't need to pass back, I can do pass by value. Pass by value is faster. Pass by reference take more time, but it's necessary this time right now. Understand? Alright, so now let's take a look. The third one, display. I don't need to pass anything back. I only want you to display this. So I pass by value. So this is a pass by value and pass by a reference example. Alright, so then from now on, whenever we ask you to do get input, you always need to use the pass by reference. Now let me show you. Once I do this right now, my main program only have variable declaration, function call, because this is much easier for you and very clear for you. If you need to do loop, let me show you how do I do loop. I know I want to do loop, right? So I'm going to char and again. And so what I'm going to do and over, okay? So I'm going to have my question here. So do you want to repeat the process? Seeing, alright, and again. And then we make sure we tell them that you give me SO, no. Alright, so right here, I'm going to say my to lower and my again equal lowercase y. Okay, once you do that, I'm going to repeat. Is that right? So now I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to just copy these 3 lines here, Control X, and right here. So you see your program is so clean and so logical right now. So you're going to build it. And you're going to start without debugging. Alright, so enter length 10 and 5. Okay, right, yes, let's do it again. And 4 and 6. Alright, no, I'm not going to do it again. No. Okay, so this is the, until this semester, everything has to be this way. Then next semester, we start have a class and object. It's more complicated next semester. But this semester, all the program need to be no production code right here. You have loop, fine. But all the production go to function. All right. So I hope you understand the concept. I hope you like it. Okay.